Hello everyone, I hope you're doing great. Today's lesson is a comparison of adjectives. I hope you will enjoy the lesson. Comparative adjectives are used to compare differences between the two objects they modify. They are used in sentences where two nouns are compared in this pattern. The pattern is presented here as you can see. Noun plus verb plus comparative adjective plus than plus noun object. We have some examples here. My house is larger than hers. This box is smaller than the one I lost. Your dog runs faster than Jim's dog. The rock flew higher than the roof. The second item of comparison can be omitted if it is clear from the context. As we can see the last sentence, Jim and Jack are both my friends, but I like Jack better. Then Jim is understood, so we don't need to add an object here. Superlative adjectives. Superlative adjectives are used to describe an object which is at the upper or lower limit of a quality. They are used in sentences where a subject is compared to a group of objects. We see the pattern that we have to use: noun, the subject, plus verb, plus the superlative adjective, plus noun object. My house is the largest one in our neighborhood. This is the smallest box I've ever seen. Your dog ran the fastest of any dog in the race. The group that is being compared with can be omitted if it is clear from the context. We see the last example. We all threw our rocks at the same time. My rock flew the highest. So it is understood that the highest of the old rocks. Forming regular comparatives and superlatives. Forming comparatives and superlatives is easy. The form depends on the number of syllables in the original adjective. One-syllable adjectives add er for the comparative and est for the superlative. If the adjective has a consonant plus single vowel plus consonant spelling, the final consonant must be doubled before adding the ending. We see examples: fat, fatter, fattest; big, bigger, biggest. Whereas the word old, we don't have to double the last consonant here because the word starts with a vowel. Old, older, oldest. There is no doubled consonant here. Two syllables. Adjectives with two syllables can form the comparative either by adding er or by preceding the adjective with more. These adjectives form the superlative either by adding est or by preceding the adjective with most. We usually use the ending er or est for adjectives ending in y, and we replace the y with an I before adding the ending. We see examples here: happy, happier, happiest; simple, simpler, simplest; busy, busier, busiest; titled, more titled, the most titled. Three or more syllables. Adjectives with three or more syllables form the comparative by putting more in front of the adjective, and the superlative by putting most in front. We have some examples here: important, more important, the most important; expensive, more expensive, the most expensive. Irregular comparatives and superlatives. These very common adjectives have completely irregular comparative and superlative forms. We see examples of irregular adjectives. Good changes into better and best. Bad, we change it into worse and worst. Little, less, least. Much, more, most. Far, further or farther. Furthest or farthest. There are some examples here. Today is the worst day I've had in a long time. You play tennis better than I do. This is the least expensive sweater in the store. This sweater is less expensive than that one. I ran pretty far yesterday, but I ran even farther today. Now let's continue with some exercises. Let's see if we understood something. We have a gap here which you need to complete by using the comparative or superlative form. What do you think? What would you add in this gap? My sister thinks she's more intelligent than me, but I don't agree. We have another sentence which you need to complete. Think about it. So the correct sentence would be like, Twilight is the worst film I've seen. There's another sentence which you need to complete by using the adjective wet. So the correct sentence would be like, what is the wettest month of the year in England? Please try to complete this sentence. And the correct form would be like, who is the most powerful person in your country? The next sentence, we have the adjective good. Try to complete the gap with this adjective. Do you think the Harry Potter films are better than the books? This was all for today. We will see next week. Keep up the good work. Goodbye.